Hi everyone, this is Mr. Vung, and just in time for the Lunar New Year, I have a very special story to share with you called Tết, the New Year. Tết is the Vietnamese way of saying Lunar New Year. This holiday isn't just celebrated by the Chinese, which is why I don't want to just call it the Chinese New Year, but it's also celebrated by people who follow the lunar calendar, meaning they follow the moon instead of the sun, like we do here in the United States. And some of those cultures that celebrate the Lunar New Year are the Chinese, the Vietnamese, and the Koreans. So this is a time of gathering together with friends and family and kind of washing away all the bad luck and bad spirits of the old year and starting fresh in a new year. And we all know that last year might have not been super positive. So lots of hopes moving forward for this new year of the metal ox. Okay? Hope you enjoy the story. Hui Li was in a hurry. He was afraid he would be late for his English language class. If only he didn't have so much on his mind. Good morning, Hui, Miss Kim said as he took his seat. Since it's January, we were talking about that. Mai was about to tell us her favorite part of the Vietnamese New Year. Lunar New Year, I would say. My whole family got together on New Year's Eve in Vietnam. I stayed up after midnight to make the sweet rice cakes, and we all lighted firecrackers. That's what I like best, Mai said. Then Tung raised his hand. Here in the United States, my family goes to the Tet celebration at the high school. They have all the special foods and a dragon dance and everything. Last year, my brother was the dragon tail. Wait, I changed my mind, interrupted Mai. I forgot about the red envelopes of money that we got for Tet. That's what I like best. Here's a real picture of an actual dragon dance. So the difference between a dragon dance and a lion dance is a dragon dance is usually really long with lots of people. A lion dance has 4 legs, so it's usually kind of like shorter, not quite as long. I know the part of that I don't like, said Hong. My mother says I have to be nice to everyone, even my little brother. Ms. Kim turned to Hui and asked, What about you, Hui? What do you like best about celebrating Tet? Hui shook his head and looked down. He didn't want to think about that. It made him miss his mother and everyone in Vietnam they had to leave behind. It made him worry about his father, who was so lonely and so lost in the new country. Hui finally answered. My father says we don't celebrate Tet here. He says, no country, no New Year. Lin joined in. Yes, my parents always say Tet isn't the same here, but I remember very little about it. I wonder what Tet was like in Vietnam. How do you think that Hui could be feeling right now? Coming to the United States and not being able to really celebrate like he usually does in Vietnam. What I know about how the Lunar New Year is celebrated in China and Vietnam is that it's kind of like our winter break here. So they actually take weeks off and so that people could celebrate. Since the Lunar New Year is not just one day, it lasts for 15 days until the full moon. And here in the United States, we don't usually get those days off. So how do you think that he could be feeling? I wonder what that was like in Vietnam. Me too, exclaimed the other children. Then the best way to find out is to have our own Tet celebration, said Miss Kim. On Saturday, let's meet at noon at Lian Yu's market to buy the supplies, and then we can go to my apartment and celebrate the new year. All the children were excited, all except Hui. He didn't feel much like celebrating anything. His new year wasn't looking too happy. As he was walking home by himself, he heard Deng calling behind him. Hui, let's walk home together. My mom made candied ginger for Miss Kim. Even though it's a special gift for our teacher, I don't think she'd mind if we had a taste. No thanks, Hui answered. Here's a real picture of this actual supermarket. Are you coming on Saturday then? No, I don't want to. Besides, my father doesn't go to work on that day, and I should be at home. Well, if you change your mind, I'll be waiting for you in front of my apartment, Deng answered. Saturday came, and Deng waited for Hui, but Hui did not show up. Deng, you made it, said Miss Kim, when he arrived at the market out of breath. We better get on with our shopping. Miss Kim gave everyone a job. Deng, please look for sweet rice and mung beans to make rice cakes. Mai, you find some coconut milk, dried watermelon seeds, and candied fruit. Lin, you look for 2 red candles, 3 small teacups, and incense. Hong, you choose 2 nice grapefruit, some mangoes, and a big papaya. I'll get the noodles and the bong mai, the plum blossoms. And then we'll go to the butcher for the pork and some duck for the soup. And when they arrived at Miss Kim, she said, I've cleaned this place from top to bottom for Tet as I would in Vietnam. Did you all know that it's an important New Year's custom? So it's kind of a cool picture here that shows all the items that they got. This is kind of called what she was calling the bong mai or hua mai. Here's a real picture of some of the stuff at the market. And one of the main traditions during the Lunar New Year is to clean up everything. Clean up our homes, clean up our spaces so that we can get rid of all of last year's luck and welcome in the new luck for the new year. So my question is, have you started your own cleaning? Ooh, looks like Miss Kim is wearing what in Vietnamese is called an áo dài. What are those red strips of paper we're writing on? Lynn asked. Those are câu đối, poems written about the yearning for home and family, Miss Kim answered. It looks like all these ones. This is the câu đối right here. Usually it's in Vietnamese or is in Chinese. Now, let's set up the altar for this table. Let's set up the altar on this table. Sorry. This is the altar. Miss Kim put a picture of her grandfather in the middle of the altar. Then she placed a bai vi, a piece of wood, showing his name below it, and some coins. Hong, put fruit next to the coins, please. That means our ancestors will have the things they will need in their life after death. As I said in the very beginning, the Lunar New Year is a time to celebrate with close ones and loved ones, friends and family, no matter if they are alive or not anymore. So this celebration is very special because during the Lunar New Year, little offerings like this with food and, like they said, money. Sometimes they even have paper money, paper clothes, or that represent those things that we have here in the real world. And then they get burned so that ancestors and those loved ones who has passed away will still be able to have those items and have the new clothes to wear. And incense also burned, which gives off very nice fragrance, very nice smell. And the smoke is to carry our wishes and prayers up to wherever our ancestors may be at that time. So it's a big celebration, a big party for everybody that we care about. Can you also think of another culture where this is also important to celebrate those who have gone away and those that we still need to remember? For me, I remember Coco about Day of the Dead, which is a Mexican holiday that also places a lot of importance on celebrating those who aren't here with us anymore. I know about the candles, said Mai. They stand for the sun and moon, and the incense stands for the stars. And I remember the part about praying in front of the altar at midnight, interrupted Lin. We pray for a good year and good health for our family and friends. Right, Ms. Kim? Kind of cool right here. It shows you a real picture of an actual altar. You can kind of scroll in so you can see. Everyone's altar will look a little bit different. But cleaning our spaces also mean cleaning our ancestors' spaces too, to make sure that's all clean and ready for the new year. Right, Lynn. And we visit those friends on the third day of the celebration. That's the day after you have invited your teacher to a big dinner, she said, laughing. This would be a perfect third day of Tet if all our friends were here, said Thung. I wish we had come. I really like the artwork in this book. Looks like Lin is also in an ao dai. Well, it's hard for Hui. This is his first Tet away from Vietnam. Some of you know what it feels like to be a stranger in a new country, she said. But he isn't a stranger. He's our friend, exclaimed Tan. Wait, I have an idea, Miss Kim said. I think I will give Hui's father a call to invite him to join us. They don't live very far from here, do they? Miss Kim phoned Hui's father and convinced him to come with his son for the celebration. Deng was so pleased that he quickly put on his coat and ran to Hui's apartment. Hui's father answered the door. Happy New Year, Mr. Lee. I'm so happy that you and Hui are coming to our Tet celebration, Deng said breathlessly. When Mr. Lee, Hui, and Deng arrived at Ms. Kim's apartment, she opened the door with a smile. Chúc mừng năm mới, she said to them. Good wishes to you for the new year. Then she opened the door wider. Can you all try to say that? In Vietnamese, to say Happy New Year is Chúc mừng năm mới. Chúc mừng năm mới. In Mandarin is 新年快乐. 新年快乐. And in Cantonese is 新年快乐. 新年快乐. And greeting people during the Lunar New Year is super important because you're greeting them luck, health, wealth, and everything good for the new year. Behind her, Hui and his father could see the beautiful Tet altar, the table laid with a New Year's feast, and around it in a circle of grinning faces. Hui saw his father's look of surprise turn into a shy smile. "Please come in and join us," said Ms. Kim. "Mời yo." Friends should be with friends at Tet. We will all be together to celebrate a new beginning for a new year. And so they were. And that's that, you guys. So I understand that this year, Lunar New Year might look very different because of the pandemic that we are still in. It might make it hard to do what is important during Tet and what we value during Tet, during the Lunar New Year, which is to visit with friends and family and loved ones. And maybe this year you might not be able to do that in the same way. However, just like they did here in this book, there's always a way to meet up with people that, you need to meet up with people even though you might not see them in person. So if you are celebrating the Lunar New Year, and even if you don't celebrate the Lunar New Year, think of this time as a way to spend with people that you love, telling the people that you love them and why you appreciate them. And this could be done virtually. This could be done over the phone, a letter, an email, anything that you can think of. Because if Miss Kim was able to celebrate with relatives and her grandfather, who is not here in this world anymore and who we can't physically be with, we can also do the same with people who are still here and that we can still celebrate, even though not face to face in person. So I wish everybody a Happy New Year. Chúc mừng năm mới, 新年快乐, 新年快乐. And enjoy this time, especially since this year, the Lunar New Year falls on midwinter break and you have a whole week off. Hope you enjoyed the story. Stay safe. Bye.